What's up, everybody? Thank you for clicking in. I appreciate you guys coming over here and hanging out. Yes, it is Wednesday. Hump day! the camels are so funny with that commercial. I missed the real American hero commercials when they would have real American heroes. But see, that was back whenever Bud Light, before it went woke too, come to think of it. Bud Light presents real. And then they changed it to Real Men of Genius. And they'd have different scenarios of things that men would be doing. And I always thought it was funny because I could place myself there. Matt Gaetz. Speaking about placing yourself there, Matt Gaetz is doing some stuff. There's threats to defund Jack Smith's tyrannical process going after political operatives, one of them being Donald Trump. There'll be more after that, though. I promise you. After they get done with him, everybody that's tried to do something, and it'll be us next. Everything. This, like Trump said, not coming after. They're coming after me so that they can get to you. And we haven't heard any politician, which Trump's, I guess you could say politician. He's more of a businessman. But we haven't heard anybody speak like that. We heard Mike Pence say that the American people was not as concerned, that he needed to be more worried about, keeping up the New World Order's end of the things by making sure that that thing going on down in that place where I can't even name it on a map. I don't even want to say the name of it because YouTube is all about trigger words and throttling what's going on here. And I want this try to reach out to everybody, but you know what's happening over there across them blue waters. And Tucker Carlson shut him down real quick. Now, I'm going to read the article about Matt Gaetz. But guys, I'm going to go ahead, so we can get this out of the way. Our Republican Party is controlled opposition. It's a uniparty system. This video isn't me saying that something's going to happen. This video is here so that you can see what's going to go on. You can see the attempts that'll be made very, 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 very lightly. Nobody's done anything to Kevin McCarthy yet. He's still standing strong in the House. They haven't held him to the fire at all. They haven't said, hey, the end of the bargain that you brought to us isn't really going on. Marjorie Taylor Greene was part of the people who just said, it was okay. I get these 87,000 IRS agents in here. And, yes, Trump did endorse Kevin McCarthy. I'm still pulling for Trump, but I've got some issues. I'm like, come on, guy. But he's still the guy. He's still my dude. Don't get me wrong. Pulling for that dude. But I think he's learning a lot. And maybe there's a reason for all this. Can we do 4D chess still? Are we still at that point? In the comment section, let me know. Are we past that yet? So, Matt Gaetz. Let's go ahead and get to the article right quick. I'm just sort of like thinking to myself, it would be nice if all of these things that they were talking about doing would happen. And, we got to remember, there is a Senate that would veto all that or wouldn't let it go through. But here's Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz introduces legislation to defund Jack Smith's witch hunt against President Trump. Now, the Representative Matt Gaetz has announced his intention to introduce legislation. So he hasn't even done it yet. This is all, I'm going to do this, and then we're going to put legislation out there. He did stand strong for the whole time against Kevin McCarthy. Except for here's the deal. None of the other Republicans are going to back him up. Not enough to make any difference. Now, I'm not trying to doom you, but I'm trying to get you to understand that you need to be prepared for things to come. Because we haven't seen any really big wins lately. We haven't seen anything. We haven't seen, somebody's put a stop to this. This got held up. This has been continued. This is going to allow it to slow walk. You're looking at some of the most, this is some of the most tyrannical behavior I've ever seen out of the justice system that of course, now back in the day, I didn't pay much of attention to it. So, maybe this is just getting started. I don't know. But look at this.
You would not see this continued pattern of indictment over indictment over indictment if they thought they had neutralized Trump. Is there a single American who believes that Donald Trump would be getting indicted over these things if he were not running for president again and if he were not the leading contender for president again? And while this isn't a political show, you all can search the polling and see how President Trump is doing in the Republican field and in the general election. Again, not here to break that down. It's relevant to us insofar as it informs the decision of a weaponized government to target him, which is exactly the allegation that President Trump makes in his statement. Another important thing. The House of Representatives needs to take action to defund this special counsel investigation immediately. We do not need to wait for the appropriations process. Don't have to wait for the Holman Rule or some rider. They are attacking our democracy and engaging in election interference right now. And if the United States Congress does not have the capability to stop that election interference, well, then what is all the flowery oratory about preserving the republic? We have to.
Wow. So, what do you think, guys? Will anything happen with that? Been watching a lot of real spineless maneuvers take place. Just talk about doing this, talk about doing that, and nothing happens. You know, Turning Point USA was a good turnout. Tucker Carlson did a really good job. But the fact of the matter is, we really haven't seen any major legislation or anything remotely resembling anything that has to do with fixing any of this stuff. We're going to do our best to overcome what's about to happen in 2024, hopefully. The thing about it is this is something I predicted in the comment section, yay or nay. Do you think that if something happens and we overcome the huge mountain of, I can't say the word because YouTube will shut this video down, but what they did in 2020, if we overcome that this time around, legally, what do you think will happen? Do you think that they'll just take it and let it go? Because 4 years already got disrupted when Trump was involved. He messed them up for 4 years straight. So they're running behind schedule, and that's why you see all of the like in your face, blatant, tyrannical moves, because they have to. They have to do that, and that's made them have to double down on censorship. Yes, it's exposed a lot of their moves, and it's made people wake up. But the thing about it is a lot of their key people are in place allowing this to happen through the justice system, through the courts, through the media. Those are three major players. And, the fact of just, we can't even find out who had the cocaine at the White House. We don't expect anybody to be arrested, but we would say, hey, it's this dude's over here, which could be the first in line's son. Or better yet, it could be the Haley's chick. That Haley Biden is off the chain. I don't know if you know this or not, but we don't see much out of her. But I watched the video whenever Hunter was on that stoop and he was all, and then when you looked and you seen somebody come up behind Biden, and then all of a sudden they started kind of rubbing all over him and everything. That was Ashley Biden. And she was in full tilt party mode when she turned around and walked away. She was bebopping, had her head bouncing, and she was rocking. And you mean to tell me that she wouldn't partake? She wouldn't see that thing, laid out there on the table from one end to the other, wouldn't get her a straw and have at it? So there's a lot of really, really rampant criminality that's going on, and they're all being protected. That means that their system is very well in place. And how do we overcome that? In the comment section, let me know. How does one do that? And by the way, if you look and see what's happening, if anybody paid any attention to what happened in Brazil, with what happened with their choosing process and all the support that that Lula had. I'm sorry. Gosh, don't let me get them too confused. Bolsonaro is the one. Anyways, in the comment section, John's going to get mad at me for not remembering this, but they had two people running for president. I just remember the situation, how it happened. And Lula is the bad guy. Yeah, Lula's the bad guy, and Bolsonaro was the good guy. And all this public support, just like you see over here, people out there in the rallying, saying, "Yes, this is who we want. This is who we want." And then all of a sudden, when everything went down, and the other guy goes in, the guy that nobody wanted, they were like, I heard tale of like, well, there's a lot of stuff in the back, the military, this, just like over here, the military, that, the military. Nobody came. Nobody came. Lula went in there and started rounding everybody up and putting them in camps. And then on top of that, while they were in there, they got the hot shots. The hot shots. There were people in there that were getting them and checking out next day. Many people were taken out by the hot shots. There were others that actually committed suicide because they were so depressed and despondent by what happened and how they've been treated and how that nobody came in there and helped. So, all you people out there in the comment section saying that there's some stuff going on in the background, that there's, if all else fails, this, that, and the other, military, is that our option? Is that what's going to happen? Do you think that that'll be the next, they're going to come in there and save the day? You've got to remember this wouldn't be happening unless they didn't have all their operatives from top down. Now, there's still hope. There's still hope that something may happen. Well, something will happen, good or bad. But it's how you handle this. It's how you decide to move forward with this. It's how you decide to take care of yourself and your family. That's where it's at. Now, I hope to see some change. I hope to see somebody start really doing something. I hope that somehow or another the military does do something, because right now we're doing all we can do out here in the back, and I want you to stick with us and share this content and let everybody know what's going on. But let me know in the comment section, what do you think the next move is going to be? Do you think we're going to see anybody in our Republican Party actually get up and do something? I don't know, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Peace out. Have a good week ahead. Everything's going to be okay. I'm out.